What's up, y'all? Looking forward to being undisputed in September. Let's get it. It's work time.
Terence Crawford has boldly declared his intent to knock out Canelo Alvarez and dominate him in their upcoming September showdown, claiming that the Mexican legend can't match his skills. His words have sparked heated discussions, with fans divided on whether Crawford's confidence is justified or excessive. Boxing promoter Eddie Hearn has backed Crawford's boldness, suggesting that the fight could make history if Crawford wins. Hearn highlighted that Crawford is already undisputed at 140 and 147 pounds, and a victory could make him a three-division undisputed champion. Hearn's comments have stirred up further debate, with some interpreting them as a subtle endorsement of Crawford over Canelo. Canelo's fans are outraged, accusing Hearn of disrespecting their champion's legacy. Meanwhile, Crawford supporters are elated, seeing Hearn's praise as proof of their fighter's dominance. The potential for Crawford to become a three-division undisputed champion has only added more excitement to the fight, with egos and legacies on the line. The tension is rising, and legendary boxer Roy Jones Jr. has weighed in, suggesting Crawford might just have what it takes to knock out Canelo. His words have sparked more debate, with some wondering if Jones is underestimating Canelo or simply acknowledging Crawford's brilliance in the ring.
It's a great fight for boxing. I know people don't agree with it, but if Canelo fights one inkling of the wrong fight, he's going to lose. If he comes out and fights the right fight, it's going to be a tough one. So right now, I think it's going to be either way, but it depends on what type of fight Canelo fights.
Roy Jones Jr.'s comments have fueled the fire, with many interpreting them as a prediction of Canelo's downfall. Crawford's supporters now believe their fighter can achieve the impossible, while Canelo's fans are enraged, accusing Jones of disrespecting their champion. The war of words has escalated, with both sides firmly standing their ground. This fight has quickly become one of the most divisive in boxing history. Adding more fuel to the debate, former champion Andre Ward has voiced his support for Crawford, backing him to defeat Canelo. Ward's endorsement has sent shockwaves through the boxing world, especially given his reputation as one of the sport's sharpest minds. His support is seen as a major vote of confidence in Crawford's skills and mindset, despite the challenge of moving up in weight.
I'm going with Terence Crawford. Big weight jump, dangerous fight, but somebody's got to prove to me that they can break Terence Crawford's will and that he can't figure it out against you. It ain't no disrespect toward Canelo, but I've said this the last couple of years. I've not been against Terence Crawford with nobody. You got to show me that you can beat him.
Ward's prediction has sparked a range of reactions, with some fans applauding his faith in Crawford, while others argue he's underestimating Canelo's dominance at 168 pounds. Critics claim that Ward's belief in Crawford is biased, pointing out that no welterweight has ever successfully defeated a fighter like Canelo at super middleweight. However, Crawford supporters see Ward's words as confirmation of their fighter's greatness, believing he has what it takes to pull off the upset. As the stakes grow higher and opinions remain divided, this fight is no longer just about boxing, it's about legacy, pride, and history. In preparation, Crawford has taken his training up a notch by joining Shakur Stevenson's camp, a move that has garnered attention in the boxing community. Many see it as a strategic decision to refine his skills against another elite fighter. Stevenson's precision and technical prowess are viewed as ideal for helping Crawford prepare for Canelo's challenges. While Crawford's fans view it as a sign of his dedication, critics argue that no amount of sparring can replicate the power and experience Canelo brings to the ring. Some speculate that Crawford might be pushing himself harder than usual due to doubts, suggesting he feels he needs extra preparation to compete at this level. On the other hand, Stevenson's involvement could give Crawford a secret edge, potentially enhancing his speed and defense, which might pose problems for Canelo. Regardless of the viewpoint, the stakes are higher than ever, and Crawford's bold moves only heighten the anticipation. Crawford has doubled down on his confidence, leaving no doubt about his mindset. His statements have become a focal point of the build-up, with fans and critics alike dissecting his every word. Crawford's belief isn't just talk, it's a message to Canelo and his supporters that he's ready for anything. I'm going to win. I'm going to win. man. I do everything, man. There's nothing I can't do, he declared, sending shockwaves through the boxing world. His supporters view his unwavering belief as a testament to his greatness, while skeptics question if such confidence could backfire against a seasoned and powerful fighter like Canelo. The question remains, can Crawford's versatility withstand Canelo's relentless pressure and physicality? Regardless of where you stand, one thing is clear, Crawford isn't just aiming to win, he's aiming to dominate. The stage is set for a showdown that could define both fighters' careers. Even current super middleweight star Caleb Plant has weighed in, acknowledging that Crawford has a real chance against Canelo. Plant's analysis of Crawford's abilities has turned heads, highlighting his rare mix of power, adaptability, and technical brilliance, a perspective from someone who knows firsthand what it takes to compete at 168 pounds.
I give him a chance. You know, Terence is freakishly strong. He can punch. He's got good crack. He can fight from both ways. Orthodox southpaw. He can fight at mid-range, close range, outside, and he can fight going both ways. So it's exciting.
Plant's remarks have further ignited the conversation, sparking mixed reactions. Many praise his honesty and deep understanding of the sport, with Crawford's fans viewing it as further proof that their fighter can shock the world. However, Canelo's supporters argue that Plant is overstating Crawford's abilities while downplaying Canelo's dominance at his natural weight class. The idea that Crawford could rise through weight divisions to defeat one of boxing's most accomplished champions has divided fans like never before, especially with fighters like Plant backing Crawford's chances. The anticipation for this historic bout has reached a fever pitch. Former champion Amir Khan has also weighed in, offering a unique perspective as someone who has faced Crawford in the ring. His comments carry significant weight, particularly when he pointed out Crawford's size and physicality. "Crawford's a big guy," Khan said. "I think Crawford, in my opinion." His statement has added yet another layer to the debate. Some agree that Crawford's size and power make him a legitimate threat at 168 pounds, while others argue that Canelo has been dominating at higher weight divisions for years. Critics point out that Crawford's big guy status is relative to welterweight, questioning how his frame will hold up against a true super middleweight like Canelo. Jacobs took it a step further by addressing the crucial question of whether Crawford can absorb Canelo's power. "My heart is with Terence Crawford, but the only deciding factor that could change the fight is if he's able to take the punch. He has the skill over Canelo, but can he handle that 168 to 175 power?" These comments have fueled even more controversy. Critics argue that Crawford's move up to face Canelo's devastating power is too risky, while his supporters view Jacobs' words as a testament to Crawford's greatness, acknowledging his skill while highlighting his mental toughness. Whether Crawford can withstand the physical toll of this fight has become one of the biggest questions, and Jacobs' remarks have added intensity to the anticipation surrounding this historic matchup. However, not everyone is convinced that Crawford can defeat Canelo. Boxing legend Oscar de la Hoya has expressed doubts about Crawford's chance.
With one of my favorites, Terence Crawford. First, I know Crawford since the amateurs. I've known him since we were like 15, 16, 17 years old. So we have a history together. So my heart is with him naturally. But what does it take for him to actually win, right? Because there's a few factors. There's weight, there's power, there's skill. I believe that Terence Crawford has the skills to be.
On the other hand, Crawford supporters are embracing Khan's statement as evidence that their fighter isn't just skilled but physically capable of handling the move up in weight. They argue that Crawford's size, combined with his versatility, could be a recipe for disaster for Canelo. Khan's endorsement has only deepened the divide, turning the fight into not just a battle of skills but a clash of perspectives on what it takes to be great across weight classes. The conversation has been made even more intriguing with insights from former Canelo opponent Danny Jacobs, who surprisingly stated that Crawford has both the power and skill to defeat the Mexican superstar. Coming from someone with first-hand experience against Canelo, Jacobs' words have shaken up the boxing world, adding another layer to the ongoing debate. Jacobs' statement has reignited the debate, with Crawford supporters seeing it as another credible voice recognizing their champion's elite capabilities. However, Canelo's fans dismiss Jacobs' claim, arguing that his loss to Canelo makes him biased. They insist that, despite Crawford's skill, he has never faced an opponent at Canelo's level at 168 pounds. This endorsement has further intensified the polarizing nature of the fight. Some view Jacobs' words as validation that Crawford could pull off an upset, while others consider it nothing more than hype to generate drama. Regardless of opinions, Jacobs' insight has only fueled the excitement surrounding this high-stakes showdown. Jacobs also addressed a critical aspect of the fight, Crawford's ability to handle Canelo's pressure and power. While acknowledging Crawford's skill advantage, he questioned if Crawford could withstand the kind of relentless aggression Canelo brings. He's never been punched by a fighter like Canelo, he's never had the pressure to deal with like Canelo, Jacobs said, sparking more debate among fans. Some agree that Canelo's physicality and experience at higher weight classes give him an edge, while Crawford's supporters argue his defensive brilliance and adaptability will neutralize Canelo's aggression.
It's an all win-win situation for him, for Crawford, if you think about it, but I've just, in all the years I've been in the sport, it's just very difficult to fathom the idea that a welterweight moving up to 168 pounds and against a good fighter in Canelo, I just don't see it. I haven't seen it in the past, and I don't see it now. So I cannot go against Canelo in this one because of the weight difference. And we have weight classes for a reason. So, but I do respect and admire what Terence Crawford is doing. He's daring to be great, and I always love that.
De La Hoya's skepticism has reignited debate, with some fans agreeing that Crawford may have bitten off more than he can chew. Critics argue the weight difference is too significant and could expose Crawford's vulnerabilities against a natural super middleweight like Canelo. However, Crawford supporters dismiss these concerns, citing his unmatched skill and adaptability. The divide is deeper than ever, with questions hanging over whether this fight represents a historic opportunity or a miscalculated gamble. Either way, the stakes have never been higher, and the boxing world is eagerly awaiting the outcome. Former world champion Chris Algieri has also weighed in, offering a more analytical perspective on the size difference and the monumental challenge Crawford faces. His thoughts have added a unique layer to the debate, further emphasizing the complexity of this epic clash. This fight is now more than just a test of skill, it's about legacy, strategy, and the unpredictable nature of boxing. Fans on both sides are brimming with anticipation as
I'm favoring Canelo, but like I said, as we get closer and start to see, start to break down how these guys are going to match up, I have a hard time even picturing them in the ring together based on the size and just the fact that this fight's happening. But we got tons of time before that happens. But it's going to be an interesting break.